Hi everyone, welcome to Maximum Attack Rallying. Now you may be feeling a bit down after Rally Sweden. Obviously we had the drama of Adrian Formeau getting a penalty and the elation of Elfyn Evans coming out on top after a weekend-long battle with Takamoto Katsuta. But now there's a 1 month gap until the Safari Rally, and you may be thinking, well, what on earth am I going to do with myself? But I have good news for you, because you can still get your rallying fix. The British Rally Championship kicks off this weekend at the East Riding Stages, and there is an awful lot to look forward to. We have a new event on the calendar with the East Riding Stages. It runs this Sunday, the 23rd of February. We have 88 kilometres of tricky tarmac stages based out of the town of Beverley in East Yorkshire. There's lots and lots to look at, so let's have a look at the entry, see who to watch out for, and see how you can get your rallying fix while we wait for the WRC to come back next month. The big news, I think, for the BRC this year is that there is some international flavour. So we have the Junior World Rally Champion Rome Jurgensen competing for M Sport. There's so much to this, so much to be excited about. Firstly, it's great to see M Sport supporting the championship, running a two-car team, so Gary Pearson will remain in a Fiesta this year. But for them to be using it as a means of developing international drivers is just such good news. It brings such gravitas to the series, in my view. Obviously we had Adrian Formeau competing in the BRC a couple of years ago, and now we have a JWRC champion in Rome Jurgensen, so it's going to be really interesting to see how he gets on as he develops and does this BRC campaign alongside his international program. So that is a big story, isn't it? How's he going to get on? Is he going to have the means to beat the BRC regulars? And there are some very, very talented drivers in the BRC this year. We can't not talk about the MEM Castrol Toyota team. So they last year had the winning lineup in Chris Ingram and Marion Evans. Chris has decided to move on and do some other things this year. He's looking to do some events internationally, so he will not defend his crown. That means there was a spot in that team, and it has gone to William Crichton, another very, very good driver. He was probably one of the standout drivers of 2024. He came second in the championship, and he has switched this year to a Castrol Toyota. So that is going to be really interesting to see. I think for me, he is probably the favourite for the championship. So I'm very, very interested to see that. Obviously, we've got Marion Evans in the team with him still. So that is a very, very strong lineup in the Toyotas. And oh my goodness, isn't it good to say Castrol Toyota in the BRC to keep that partnership going and see that fantastic livery continue, and very, very excited for that. One thing that is quite interesting, as I said, Ingram decided not to defend his title, but he was initially on the entry list for the East Riding Stages, but since the announcement that Crichton is joining the team, he has removed from the entry. So does that mean that Crichton took precedence because he's doing a full campaign, or has Ingram just decided to move on and do something else and just delay the start of his year? We do not know. It's going to be interesting to see if he does do any rounds of the championship this year. Will he drive a Toyota, or will he come and drive something else? It would be nice to see him back, even if it is for 1 or 2 rounds. So we'll have to wait and see what his program looks like. Also in the mix is Keith Cronin. He has switched from a Fiesta to a Citroen C3 Rally 2 this year, as he looks for BRC title number 5. He is another very, very strong contender for the championship. He will be, as I said, looking for the 5th title to match Jimmy McRae's record, alongside defending his 2024 Irish Tarmac Championship title. So he will have a busy year. Another man who has switched for a Citroen, while we're on that subject, is Max McRae. He will be running a C3 Rally 2 run by the Tagai Racing Technology team. That was the same team that ran him in the Junior ERC. Fascinating. He had some decent results last year. He showed some strong pace on the Cambrian Rally at the end of the season. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how he gets on. We also have a host of other names. I wish I could talk about all of them in detail, but there are so many. We have James Williams. He was sensational on Ceredigion last year. He won a stage before crashing dramatically out of the rally, but showed very good pace at times. We have a host of national drivers in the mix as well. We've got Jason Pritchard, Callum Black, Leah Payne, Matthew Hurst. There are some very, very strong drivers in there in Rally 2 cars, so it's going to be really interesting to see how they get on against the big guns at the front of the field. And moving further down the order, who else have we got? We've got Robert Proudlock. He's the junior BRC champion from last year. He has moved up to a Fiesta Rally 3, so I'm fascinated to see how he gets on in that car. Not a huge amount of competition in the class, but I think it's going to be interesting to see how he pushes that car and how he compares to some of the Rally 2 cars. We've got Callum McGraffin and Kyle McBride. They are both back in the junior championship in a Peugeot 208 Rally 4s. They are both in the same car. Well, not the same car, but the same type of car, I mean. So good to see those guys back. The rally is also part of the Pro Tyre National Asphalt Championship. So we've got lots and lots of crews in that are worth keeping an eye on and seeing if any of those guys can have a little dig at some of the BRC teams. Basically, there is just an awful lot to look forward to. So if you're wondering how you're going to spend the next few weeks, well, you can start by watching the BRC opener. They will have coverage on Facebook and on YouTube, and it will even have a TV appearance on ITV4 in a few weeks. So that is very good news for the series to see that coverage continue. And it's good, isn't it? It's just nice to see the championship looking healthy. I think after the high of last year with Ingram winning the championship and having all of those close battles and big names in there, it's nice to see that continue. It's nice to see M Sport supporting the series, as I said, and bringing that international flavour with Jurgensen. That is going to make a big difference. And I think the big thing for me for this year was just maintaining that momentum. And I was a little bit worried with Ingram stepping back that we might lose some of that. But I think the field is looking very, very strong again. So I'm very excited to see that. It's nice to see drivers moving around. I was thinking just before I started recording this, seeing Crichton switching into a Toyota, it kind of reminded me of the BRC of the old days where you had, the big names moving around between the big teams. So there is lots and lots to look forward to. Make sure you check it out. Other than that, I think I will end this one there. I think there is one more thing that you do need to check out, and that is the Maximum Attack Rallying merch store. So go and have a look on there and see what you can buy for yourself. Otherwise, do like and comment and subscribe. Let me know who you think is worth looking out for this weekend, and I will see you again next time.